So hot on the heels of my last video when I looked at a unboxing for the second edition of Arkham Horror, although it was very old, I think I'm going to stick with the Lovecraftian theme for a couple more videos. So what I'm going to do today is I'm not looking at Eldritch Horror the game, I'm looking at the insert that I got from Folded Space that I've used on the game. In my next video I've got another couple of Lovecraft themed games, so I might have a look at one of those as well. So what have we got? Folded Space are producing very well priced inserts for popular games. They've had a couple of successful Kickstarters which I believe they fulfilled on time and both quite rapidly, and I know that they are increasing the volume of games that they are covering. Now, a really good test for this is I carried this home from work today on its side. So that had about an hour and a quarter of travelling. So I'd be interested to see, with all that shaking around, what's happened to the tokens inside. Now, in the UK, you can buy this for, I believe it's £12.99 on the Folded Space website. There's a little bit of shipping on that as well, probably no more than £5 or £6, but that puts it, as far as I'm aware, cheapest on the market. You'll notice it's not a wooden insert, it is a specific material that's made by Folded Space. So let's have a look. So obviously, as usual, you would expect rulebook and reference guide, and the map keeping everything else flat. So how did it go? Well, I have to say, I think it's survived pretty well the journey home. These cards have moved about, but we'll have a look at those in a minute. Gate cards come out, and we've lost one monster and a few shipping tokens, but that appears to be it. So I really think that's pretty cool, done well. So let's have a look at the insert itself. So this material, and anyone who's seen my Gloomhaven insert review of the Folded Space will recognise this. So the insert itself is made of what looks like a type of foam core, but it's actually not. Oh, there's a couple more casualties in the tokens, but nothing too bad. And you'll see that every area that we've got, if you look underneath the tokens, it'll tell you what's in there. So for this one it says, right, that's a bit of a naff example, other token sets like miscellaneous tokens in this one. But if you look at the little box you've got for the gates, it'll tell you that it is for gates. And it will do a very similar thing for the rest. So let's have another quick look to see how this is. So this, we've got all our investigator cards and our great old one cards here. And you can see from the insert that although these did look like they're floating on top, there is a very defined area for them. You might be able to see that there's that these edges here are slightly raised to keep them in, to stop them moving around. I think they've done a pretty good job because they were more or less there when I looked at it. So what else do we separated? Those are the investigator clip things and investigator standees. In here we've got, just says small cards on these, but these are actually some curse cards, a few injuries, that kind of thing. So these appear to be some negative and good effects, blessed. And in the other side we've got item cards. So that is good. And yeah, these are all double-sided, so that's all good. Next set we've got, these are the reference cards. So basically it's the effects of the mythos changes depending on how many different people play and that kind of thing. This is showing you some of that, as well as some of the icons. More small cards here. So we've got spell cards and more item cards. These appear to be more kind of arcane cards. But those two types are mixed in this one. I think it could be separated and maybe we do something else with these reference cards. They could possibly live somewhere else. You don't need them all the time. You only need them until you've learned what the different things are. Next one, I've got these little, I'm not sure what these are called. Got shipping and rail tickets in there, which is good. Health tokens, sanity tokens. These are kind of like boss monsters. TikTok men, Cthulhu himself, zombie horde. Yep, so those are good. So they've got their own little area here. Obviously waiting to go into the monster bag when ready to play. Got the gates, as we know. We've got the effect tokens, so that you can give plus and minus to your various talents. These are the miscellaneous tokens we looked at before. We have clue tokens, so these clue tokens go on various places of the map. Got some dice. 4 dice is not enough for this game in my opinion, so I need some more of those. And finally, these are various cards. So these are, yeah, so again, it just says large cards in here. It doesn't indicate which ones they are, but I can tell you that between the decks, there are no double ups. I don't believe. Hang on a minute. So like there are some double ups. So not everywhere has got its own home. However, let's have a look to see how high these sit up on here. I suppose I could stick in some little dividers to separate. So pretty good, pretty good. It's managed to do most of the cards on there with their own little slots. Obviously these are for their different continents and that. So you can't actually play this straight out of the box. You can't get the board out and lay these cards in their trays, which is disappointing. You can for most of them, but others it just doesn't work. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more work on dividing and separating out those cards. But overall, I think if you're going to pay 12 quid for an insert, I don't think you could expect any more than this. I think that for value for money, as with the Gloomhaven one, I really rate this highly. So if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. If you want me to do more videos like this, let me know, and I shall concentrate my efforts on this kind of thing, and let me know what you prefer from the content I supply as well, because I want to make sure that I'm doing stuff that's relevant and that people enjoy. But I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, catch you later. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. See you later.